Yo, what up, YouTube? It's Rye, and let me holler at you real quick. If you stand for everything, you really stand for nothing. Stop bending the knee. Stop letting everybody walk over you. Stop agreeing with everybody. Stop policing yourself and not saying your opinion. If you feel a certain type of way, say it. Be the bad guy. Everybody's talking about, I don't want to be that guy. No. Be that guy. Seriously. Because at a certain point, the dam is going to flood. At a certain point, that wall is going to break. At a certain point, you're not going to be able to take it anymore. At some point, you're going to take a stand and say, I'm tired of being what everybody wants me to be. This character that they made up for you. This box that they put you in. You know, you like pop and they putting you in jazz. They putting you in rap. You're a pop person. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're putting you in a box. Who are they tell you what genre or what code or whatever you fit in? I fit in where I want to fit in. I'll put myself where I want to put myself. Who are you? If you stand for everything, you stand for nothing. You know, that's what it is. You can't be everybody's friend. That means you're no one's friend. You know, you're kind of just there. You're floating. No one really knows who you are because, you know, you're over here, you're over there, you're over there. No one knows you. No one knows what you stand for, what your values are. No one knows anything about you because you're just there. You don't have any personality because you're just shaking your head. You know, you're not doing anything. You're not bringing anything new to the table. And when people know that, you're going to start losing out opportunities. People are going to be openly overlooking you and disrespecting you because why should anyone respect you? Who are you? What do you stand for? You know, you easily fall into what everybody's telling you. Someone says one thing, you're like, yeah, I feel you. Then someone says something completely different, like, yeah, I feel you. Have some backbone. Stand up for yourself. Be the bad guy. Be the bad guy means stand up for yourself. And being the bad guy means taking yourself out of the situation. Then definitely be that guy. Be that guy or be that girl, who whatever. You know what I mean? When I mean be that guy, I'm applying it to everybody. Be that guy. Seriously. If that means if not being that guy means you have to take everything, that means you gotta have the sand and the dirt in your face. You have to look foolish. You know, looking like you don't matter. Then what does that like? That's not, you're not accomplishing anything by doing that. So you're just coasting along the way. If you stand for everything, it means you stand for nothing. And people aren't going to look at you as someone that they want an opinion from. People are not going to look at you as someone in high regard because they know that you're just going along with everybody else is talking about. You'll go along with everybody is saying. If you don't agree, you don't agree. It's okay to disagree. And if that causes like a shift or a personality shift, if that causes someone to be like, whoa, like I ain't rocking with you no more, or you lose out on them, good. If that causes the argument or that causes there to be friction, or that causes them to be irate with you, then it's better that you lose out on them anyway. Some people ain't meant to stay. Some people are meant to play their role and they play their role and then they're gone. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know? Don't become overly attached to anybody. Don't put nobody on the pedestal. Everybody sit on the toilet, homie. Remember that. Everybody do. You feel me? Not trying to be, you know what I'm saying, but you know what I mean. Don't put nobody on the pedestal. Nobody matters more to you than you. Don't play yourself. You don't gotta please nobody. Who made them king? Who made them queen? Who made them whoever they are? Who put them in high regard? They're not. Your mind did. Your mind did. You didn't know no better, but you know better now. You didn't know no better, but you know better now. If you stand for everything, you stand for nothing. Stop putting up on the front. Be real. Be real. Be authentic. Be organic. Because here's the thing. People are going to be drawn to you. You're going to be happy with respect. Even if people don't like you, they're going to respect you. Being liked is bogus. Being liked is lame. You know, everybody want to be liked. Everybody want to be liked. Everybody want to be, you know, nah. Be respected. You want to be respected. You want to be revered. You want to be admired. You want people to be like, whoa, like, yo, I may not rock with him or her, but they say what they mean and mean what they say and they get the job done. They stand for what they believe in. There's people that I'm like, yo, you ain't gotta like them. But hey, when they say they're gonna do something, they do it though. When they say they're gonna get that job done, they get it done. Like, you know you can count on them. You don't gotta like what they do. But if you call them up, you know they're gonna finish where they start. And people respect that, regardless if you like them or not. You don't have to like them, but you gotta respect them. Because that says more about you if you don't. Because they actually getting the job done doing what they're doing. And a lot of people can't say the same thing. They moving sneaky and doing underhand tactics and manipulating people. And they gotta plant ideas in people's head and force them to think that they're theirs. They have to control. They can't be up front and say, hey, I feel this way, this is the way, whoop-de-woo. No, they gotta control, they gotta manipulate, they have to keep people under their wing and keep them there. Because if they let them out, they know that I'll shine them. So understand that. Understand that a lot of people can't say the same thing, but you can. You move it in a way, you move it into an arena where you can say that. And understand that when they do say these things, that says more about them than it does about you. Because people are going to look at them. When people are drawn to you because they respect you, because you say what you mean and mean what you say, because you actually do what you stand for, people are going to be all like, whoa, why don't you like so-and-so? They haven't done nothing to nobody. They believe in, they do what they do. People are going to shift the blame onto them and not you because they know it's come out of a place of jealous, hate, and envy. And those qualities, those negative qualities don't look good on nobody. You know? But you don't have those qualities, or you're getting rid of those qualities. So you wind up shining bright and their light dims. You don't have to get revenge. You don't have to fight with nobody. Understand this. Your enemies will eventually take themselves out of the game. The people that you have a problem with, your enemies, the ops, they're going to take themselves out. They're going to shoot themselves in the foot. You have nothing to worry about. They will do themselves in. They will do themselves in because they're not pure. They're full of jealousy, envy, hate, and they offer nothing new to the game. They rehash and reheat what everybody else is doing and takes as is theirs. And everyone knows that nothing they say holds value, nothing they say is real, nothing they say is authentic. They'll be the flavor of the month and they'll fade into obscurity, but you won't. Understand that. But hey, it's Ra. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new and if you like. We here every day. You know that. And you got this, homie. It's already yours.